Welcome back into the Dallas Cowboys fans. We've got a lot to talk about today. The Micah Parsons situation continues to spiral. Jerry Jones has opened his mouth again, never a dull moment, and even Dak Prescott is chiming in now. Plus, Colin Cowherd is doing what he does best, giving bizarre takes, this time going after Brian Schottenheimer for wearing a visor backwards. Seriously. Before we dive into the chaos, I want to hear from you. Scale your frustration level with the Micah Parsons saga on a scale of 1 to 10 in the comments below. Be honest, because for me, it's creeping past an 8 at this point. So, let's start with Jerry Jones and Micah. Once again, Jerry confirmed he still hasn't spoken to Micah Parsons or to his agent, David Muluketa. Why? Who knows? But it's emblematic of what this entire situation has become, avoidable drama that's now lingering into August with no meaningful progress. We're basically stuck in neutral, and publicly, the Cowboys don't seem to be trying to shift gears. Now, the quote that really grabbed headlines was Jerry saying he's not sure if Micah will even play in Week 1. When pressed repeatedly, Jerry said, "No, I don't know." A big part of that is his decision. How would I know that? He then sprinkled in a classic Jerryism, "We'll work through it or we won't." And look, I speak fluent Jerry, but even I'm having trouble deciphering where he's actually going with these statements. According to Todd Archer, the underlying message here is that Jerry doesn't think Micah is honoring his contract, and since they haven't even spoken, there's no way to know whether he plans to skip games or not. Which is kinda fair, but also, how about you just talk to him and figure that out? Let me put it this way, if the Cowboys really are worried about him missing games, then it's malpractice that Jerry hasn't at least tried to pick up the phone. Maybe there's some back-channel stuff going on that we don't know about. But if we're judging by public info, this front office is dragging its feet. Now, what's the actual percent chance Micah Parsons skips games? Vote in the pinned comment. I'll tell you this, I highly doubt it. He's not eating a 50 per day for camp fines, so why would he skip a regular season game and miss $1.4 million per check? That's not leverage, that's lighting money on fire. I just don't buy that he's seriously considering it. That feels like a bluff to me. A stupid one, but a bluff nonetheless. Jerry, for his part, also said he still thinks the world of Micah. He called him one of the brightest and most talented people he's ever been around, but also admitted how we ultimately meld him in with our future is a challenge. Yeah, no kidding, Jerry. You made it a challenge. The truth is, the Cowboys wanted to handle this without Micah's agent being involved. Micah went along with it for a while, maybe thinking he was getting a different kind of treatment. But now it's blown up. This isn't the first time either. Des Bryant once shared a story where Jerry tried to corner him at a charity event to talk contract, and Des stopped it immediately and said, "Talk to my agent." Micah should have done the same. He didn't. That was a misstep, and now both sides are annoyed at each other for reasons that should have never even existed. In fact, it's gotten so awkward that Micah responded to a fan-made Photoshop of him in a Rams jersey. Aaron Donald jumped in, jokingly saying if Micah joined the Rams, he'd have to come out of retirement. Micah replied, "Don't tell me stuff like that," and tagged his agent. That's coordinated. That's a message. It's also another page right out of the current NFL offseason playbook. Deebo Samuel did it. A.J. Brown did it. The photo swap era is in full swing, and I hate it. Now, Dak Prescott might have the best reaction of any player. He texted Micah, just F, and said it wasn't a message of anger, just frustration. That sums it up well. Everyone's frustrated. The players, the coaches, the fans, even the front office, though they won't say it. I'm just tired of this being the Cowboys training camp storyline every year. Can we have one normal offseason? 1 year without drama, a standoff, a bad contract situation? Just one? We'll be here all throughout training camp, and we'll be live for every Cowboys preseason game. So, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button youtube.com/cowboyst. Let's hit 219K subs this week. Now, let's talk about something actually dumb Colin Cowherd's latest take. He's now mad that Brian Schottenheimer wore a backwards visor to a press conference. Yeah, not a backward hat, a visor. Cowherd went on one of his rants about optics and representation and basically said it made the Cowboys look like a two-win team. He even tried to bring in Bank of America, saying that it's disrespectful to a major sponsor. Like, what are we doing here? This is peak Cowherd. He did the same thing with Tony Romo. He has a weird vendetta against backwards hats and now visors. Like, no one cares. Literally, no one. I'd argue Bank of America actually got more value now because Cowherd mentioned them on national TV. This wasn't some controversial shirt or political statement. It was a guy wearing a visor backwards. Who cares? My one-word reaction to Cowherd's rant? Stupid, but you tell me yours. Drop it in the comments, one word to describe Colin Cowherd's take. At the end of the day, the Micah Parsons saga continues to drag on. Jerry's making it worse with every press conference, and now we've got national media distracted by headwear. I just want football back. I want clarity, stability, and most of all, I want Micah Parsons suited up week 1. Until then, we keep watching, we keep waiting, and we keep breaking it all down right here on the Dallas Cowboys Fans. And while all this contract drama and petty hat debates unfold, the Cowboys are trying to prepare for a season that feels like it's already off to a rocky start. The tension around Micah Parsons isn't just a storyline, it's a real distraction that impacts the locker room, the coaching staff, and ultimately, the team's chances on the field. You can tell the players want to focus on football, not contract squabbles or social media games, and Dak's reaction showed just how frustrating this whole saga is for the team. Meanwhile, Jerry Jones keeps playing his usual opaque hand, leaving fans and insiders alike wondering if there will ever be a resolution before the regular season kicks off. At the end of the day, the Cowboys need to get this figured out fast, or risk watching one of their brightest stars miss critical games, which would be a huge blow to their playoff hopes. So, buckle up, because this Micah Parsons saga isn't going away anytime soon, and neither is the circus surrounding it.